And now to the preparations for America's 250th birthday this July, and it's a race against the clock to renovate and refill the Lincoln Memorial reflecting pool, which the president is having repainted to match the blue of the American flag and his suits. Trump originally said this pool's facelift would cost under $2 million. That quickly became a $6.9 million no-bid contract, which has since ballooned to over $13 million, so more than 7 times what Trump promised. And experts say this is just a cosmetic job. It won't do anything to stop the leaks from faulty plumbing in its filtration system, amounting to 16 million gallons of wasted water every year. And we might even see a festive green algal bloom come the heat of July, Chaz.
Well, that's what happened when the Obama administration tried to fix the pool. They spent $34 million and they took 2 years to fix the pool up with a new circulation and filtration system, and yet it still leaked and almost immediately had algal blooms. So maybe they should cut their losses and just call it a reflecting swamp.
It would make sense. Washington, D.C. was once very much a swamp. Among other rushed renos happening at the moment, the Trump administration is spending $5 million to quickly coat some bronze horse statues in gold. While Trump did manage to rip up the historic Rose Garden and replace it with a resort-style patio, sadly, the billion-dollar White House ballroom and the French imperial-style triumphal arch are going to take a little longer to complete. They won't be ready by July. But the 4,000-seat mixed martial arts stadium is well underway on the south lawn of the White House. Happily, that is only temporary, but then again, they did say that about the Eiffel Tower too. The president's other planned celebrations include military demonstrations, the erection of a 110-foot Ferris wheel, and what organisers are calling the Great American State Fair. This is how President Trump has been spruiking that.
Frankly, you'll never see anything like it, and you'll never see anything like it again.
Let's hope not, because last week organisers unveiled what could generously be described as an eclectic lineup of forgotten, lesser-known or presumed dead performers.
The acts were revealed today. They include Martina McBride, Vanilla Ice, Milli Vanilli, Bret Michaels, and at one point, the lineup was actually trending on social media.
Yeah, trending because nobody could quite believe that they had booked a German pop duo who won a Grammy in 1990 before it was revealed that they were a couple of dancers who were lip-syncing to actual singers. And if that wasn't bad enough...
Milli Vanilli announced they are not performing and were, quote, shocked to see their name on the lineup.
This is a schmozzle, Chaz. Others have pulled out too. Young MC, Martina McBride, the Commodores, Morris Day, all of them saying we're going to give it a miss. It's become too political. Meanwhile, Milli Vanilli's one surviving original frontman says he's in fact available and he even sings now.
And that means the performing bill now looks a bit more like this. What is he doing? Donald, listen to me. I know you watch the show. You know you've got Kid Rock. You know you've got Lee Greenwood. You know you've got Carrie Underwood. You got these kids as well.
Over here, USA. Over there, USA. Freedom and liberty everywhere. Oh, say can you see it's not so easy.
All of them are better than Vanilla Ice, Flow Rider and half of Milli Vanilli. So cut your losses, mate.
Good point. In another setback, a DC District Court judge this week has ruled that the Kennedy Center Board, appointed by President Trump, overstepped its statutory bounds by unilaterally renaming the Kennedy Center after President Trump. So Trump now has 2 weeks to remove his name from the Kennedy Center building and the signage around the facility, although his appointees are examining an appeal. Meanwhile, the Trump administration is pushing ahead with a plan to put the president's head on a newly minted $250 bill. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent is backing the move.
I don't think that there's anything untoward about having the President of the United States, the person who was President of the United States, on the 250th anniversary bill.
Anything untoward about it is it's illegal. It's not up to him, though. It is up to Congress to change an 1860s law that prevents a living person being on any US currency. And it has happened before. 100 years ago, a $50 coin, 50-cent coin, was minted commemorating America's 150th anniversary. On one side was a profile image of the father of the nation, George Washington. Behind him in profile was the living incumbent president, Calvin Coolidge. But that did require a specific law, passed in 1925, more than a year before. The the sesquicentennial celebrations. But history has a warning for President Trump even so. 1 million of those Washington Coolidge coins were minted, but buying a $50 for $1 didn't seem like a great deal to many Americans, and in the end, over 850,000 of them went unsold. They were returned to the mint and melted down. And while all of that is going on, President Trump is again suggesting his head should appear on Mount Rushmore alongside Washington, Jefferson, Roosevelt and Lincoln, posting this image on his social media site on the weekend. Bad news again for President Trump, though. The original sculptor of that dismissed the idea of a fifth head back in the 1930s because he said he'd used up all of the appropriate granite on the mountain. Writing at the time, I doubt if it would be possible.